Hey everyone, and welcome to Comic Breakdown. If you're new to the channel, please do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, and make sure you're not missing any of the content we have coming out. And for this video, we're going to be getting into X-Men's X-Force, issue number 17. Now, in one of my other videos, I did talk about how we're probably going to be switching things up a little bit with the X-Men lines. I am going to try to cover them as much as I can on Wednesdays, but sometimes there's too much. And so either we're going to push it back to either Thursday or Friday. I haven't made up my mind exactly. It's really a matter of just when I can get to them. So just bear with me. As this King in Black line kind of slows down, we'll cover more frequently on Wednesdays the X-Men line. So don't freak out. Calm down. It's all right. We're going to be covering the X-Men lines. We got you. I know I usually get them out super early, but just bear with me. There's a lot of awesome stuff coming out, and I'm trying to get it all covered for you guys. All right, so with that being said, let's dive into this issue. So this issue of X-Force is a lot of fun. It really is surrounding Kid Omega. It's really what it is all about. In our opening pages, he talks about how he's continuously just died over and over and over again. He had a nano missile tear him apart. He was run over, had an acid bath bomb, was beat up by a giant mech grizzly, impaled, spiders, you name it, he has had it happen to him. And I do see something here interesting is we see Wolverine. So I have a question. If Wolverine were to die, hypothetically, would the Krakoa hatchery be able to recreate the adamantium within of his bones? And if it can, could they recreate it in another fashion if they can create it from a clone, if they can grow it from an egg? I don't know, it seems kind of interesting, the biology behind that. I would be very interested to hear your guys' opinions, and what do you think? All right, so back to the story. We see Kid Omega going through all of these deaths, and he's supposed to be heading out to have a date with Phoebe, because today's a good day. Today's a day not to die. But before he heads out to head out on this date, he has to go run on a mission real quick, because that's part of being X-Factor, is going out there and possibly dying time after time after time again. And so a cruise ship sent out a distress signal saying that it was attacked by mutants, which seems like a very suspicious thing, because to their knowledge, no mutants are out there attacking cruise ships. So Kid Omega lands on this ship and starts investigating everything. And he can sense a few individuals, a few life forms still on the ship. And as he makes his way through the corridors, he runs into a room that has a little girl in it. And this little girl crying, saying that he's the bad guy, turning around only to wake up in the hatchery, and Phoebe there waiting for him. And he asks how he died this time, but they don't really have all the details. But she does give him a bunch of memories to make sure he didn't lose anything between them. And with that making him feel better, he still needs to find out how he died, because all of these blank spots between the backups make him feel like he's not whole. And because it's a matter of national security, whatever happened on that cruise ship, he needs to learn. He needs to find out. And so Kid Omega goes to the hospital where the survivors of the cruise ship were taken, and goes in and reads their minds and sees that one was attacked by Wolverine, but it seems off. Another one seems to be attacked by Colossus, and the other signature reads that it was Kid Omega. And so it really seems like someone is portraying to be them. We have imposters within our midst, people trying to make it look like mutants have done this. And this is where Kid Omega freaks out. He says, you know, what did I do? Did I kill those people? Am I responsible for this? I need to know what happened. And he's freaking out hard, but Phoebe grounds him, lets him know that he's a good person and that he didn't kill these people. He wouldn't have killed these people. And she knows this because she was there when the corpse was examined, and his head was missing and his body was filled with glutamate, which is the chemical of fear. So he was afraid of something, and that's how she knows he is not responsible for all of these deaths. And she lets him know that there's a part of his mind that he never lets anybody see. And he takes a key that he forms with his powers and unlocks something so that she can see it. And what we see is him choosing not to remember that he knew he was always adopted. He just chose not to remember because his biological parents treated him the same kind of way the kids at school would later treat him, as weak and as a victim, until he wasn't anymore. But they kind of get off of this subject and kind of spruce it up a bit and just say that, you know, he's not sad anymore, he's happy, he's loving his life, he doesn't want to die, he wants to live. As a piano almost falls on them and Kid Omega grabs it and throws it off to the side. And this is where she tells Kid Omega, like, he needs to change his appearance. He needs to up his style a little bit. You know, new person, new clothes, new attitude. And this is where she set aside some time to get some tailored clothes. And this is where we see Jumbo ready to tailor up Kid Omega. And so they try out a bunch of different outfits. Some post-apocalyptic stuff, some stuff that's a little clingy, a little pouchy, a little exposing, a little too Apocalypse, a little too Wolverine. And then he settled on something that's actually quite stylish, and it definitely fits Kid Omega. And Jumbo goes into the back room, and while they're sitting there, you know, admiring his new look, they hear a noise, and they rush back only to see this something has happened to Jumbo. And that will be where this issue ends. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. This was a really fun, really focused on Kid Omega issue. I'm really beginning to be a big Kid Omega fan because of these comics, because of the X-Force in itself. All in all, I have to say, you know, the artwork is superb. The writing is really good. You're really starting to dig into the emotions of Kid Omega and find out who he is, what's made him exactly the person he is today. And so in that regard, I have to say that the writing is just top notch. And we're really starting to connect with Kid Omega and find out exactly how we can relate to him in our own lives. But yeah, with that being said, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell. If you haven't checked out Comic Breakdown and More podcast, go ahead and do that now. It's available on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Tons of awesome stuff covering all the comic books that we cover on this channel, as well as all the pop culture stuff currently coming out, WandaVision TV show, all that good stuff. Be sure to check it out. And with that being said, until the next video.